What is going on, everyone? Welcome to VGP, Video Game Politics, and today is going to be the first video of my channel, and I would love to discuss all the big game releases for the month of March. Now, I wanted to kick my channel off with some Walking Dead Episode 2 from Season 2, and right about now it's not available to download in the PS3 store or the Mac or the PC on Steam. So I'm gonna wait later on tonight to see if that pops up, because I've noticed there's a lot of people on YouTube who are actually waiting. I see comments going on and other YouTubers who actually scheduled that live event to stream that game, and it's just not available as of yet. So I believe Sony and Mac Store, or pretty much Telltale, will release that to those stores maybe a little bit later on in the day. Now, that's just one game, and I'm highly anticipated it. If anybody haven't played The Walking Dead by Telltale, you definitely need to go purchase Season 1, and then you need to go through that. You need to purchase the, 400 days later, and you need to go through that, and you need to play Season 2. It's a point-and-click kind of game, and it really has no gameplay aspects to it. It's just strictly story. You're just kind of making the decisions of the story, but it's really good, especially if you watch The Walking Dead. It has no relations per se to the TV show itself, but it's a very good and excellent game. Next up for the month of March, we have Titanfall coming out March 11th. So that's a highly anticipated, highly talked about, highly overhyped game in the gaming industry. Personally, I've only gotten a few minutes of the beta the last day it was taken down from the Xbox One marketplace. I didn't have my Xbox One at the time, so I couldn't really experience it. But from my brief experience, I can tell that it's going to be a fun, very fun casual game. I don't know if it's going to be a competitive type game, but I'll see definitely once I start getting into it more and more, and I'll start streaming that so you guys can check it out. I'm going to throw in my 2 pieces and my opinions about it. I'm not going to sit here and just just feed into the hype and saying, oh, it's the greatest game. Like I said, I couldn't eat these words what I'm saying right now because I haven't really played the game. But looking from the outside in and based off the little bit of time I've had with it, I feel like this is going to be the type of game that I'm going to have a lot of fun playing with my friends, because ultimately deep down I'm more of a competitive type of guy. Next up, we're going to have Dead Nation releasing for the PlayStation Plus and the PS4, like the PS4 version. Again, we played before. That comes out March 5th, so that will be out tomorrow for the PlayStation, for the PS4 PlayStation Store. And I mean, it's free, so I'm definitely gonna download it. If I had to pay for it, I played Dead Nation before. Not a game I would buy twice, but nonetheless, still an excellent game. We have Dark Souls 2, and that's a highly anticipated game. I've always been told by a couple of my friends, if you love a good challenge for a game, try Dark Souls, try Dark Souls, try Dark Souls. I've always said, yeah, I'll try it, but then I'm so busy into what I'm doing and my other gaming things, I've never gave the original Dark Souls a try. But I will try Dark Souls 2, and that's going to be releasing right alongside of Titanfall for March 11th, so that's going to be kind of interesting. I don't know if I'm going to be focusing on Dark Souls that much while I'm playing Titanfall, but for the most part, I'll try to squeeze that in the rotation of the games that I would love to stream, review, and play throughout this month. We also have Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zero, so that's another game that's coming out March 18th, and this game, like I said, it had a price drop reduction. I'm glad it actually have done that, so that means the developers has been listening to the users, because $40 for ultimately, what is it, a 2 to 5 hour campaign from what I've been hearing for $40, and that's a piece of the original title that they're going to release later on. That was unacceptable. $30, I can kind of dig it, you get what I'm saying, but I feel that ultimately they're still going to squeeze out extra cash on the end users such as ourselves, because I don't assume that they're going to discount the other portion of the game. I don't think it's going to be discounted at all. I still think it's going to retail for $59.99, and this portion of Metal Gear Solid 5 is going to pretty much retail for $30, so that's an extra $30 out of the $60 price tag, but we will see. If you're a huge fan of Metal Gear, that's probably not going to matter much regardless of what I'm saying. I think the game is going to sell very well. It's a big release, and in between there, you're getting your Titanfall on March 11th. You get what I'm saying? What, 7 days go by, a week later go by, bam, you're slaying with Metal Gear Solid. Now, for me, this is more of a nostalgia trip, and I don't know if everybody's going to feed into this, but I'm definitely going to buy it. But Final Fantasy X and 10-2 HD Remaster is coming out the same day as Metal Gear Solid, and I'm definitely going to live stream that as a live stream campaign series, so definitely be on the lookout between that and Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 Remix. I'm actually towards the end, So I'm gonna try to just wrap that up before 2.5 comes out, and I'm gonna be excited about 2.5 because I haven't finished Kingdom Hearts 2, and that was way back when it came out in 2005, I believe. So Final Fantasy X, I've actually, before I even started my channel, about I would say about 4 years ago, I rebought it for the PS2 and freaking got stuck on Titus's father. Like, I could not defeat this asshole, and it was pissing me the hell off. Now I'm gonna just relive through that frustration, but with the help of you guys writing comments in that comment section, watching me play the game, I'm almost certain I'm gonna get through it this time, because I definitely need some help for that. For the Vita guys, you're gonna get Borderlands 2 also on the 18th. So if you haven't played Borderlands 2, or if you're interested in playing Borderlands 2 for your PS Vita, that is something you can be interested in. And also, once again, going back to Titanfall, the Xbox 360 guys will get it on March 25th. So that's a little bit disappointing for those who may have owned an Xbox One, or who may not be interested in owning Xbox One but own an Xbox 360. You gotta wait 2 weeks later. So, you know, if you can be patient and live through the hype and all that good stuff, you will have your Titanfall for the Xbox 360. I mean, you're gonna watch plenty of videos, plenty of commentators saying, "Oh, Titanfall is so great," or you're gonna have a different demographic saying Titanfall is a cool game, but it's not my type. You know, it's all politics. Hence, VGP. Now, we can't forget about Infamous Second Son. So that's another major AAA title that's going to release on the Sony side, and that will be coming out March 21st. So you got about 2 weeks later for that game, about 20 days, and we will have Infamous Second Son. Now that's gonna be a big release, and this game is also having some hype behind it. I'm a campaign kind of guy as well. I'm not biased between just strictly multiplayer, because so far there's like a thing going on in the gaming community. Mostly Sony guys love, you know, single player campaign type games, and mostly Xbox guys love online multiplayer type games. They're both unique in their own aspect, and they bring a unique kind of thing to the table. I'm never one to complain about, oh, I don't want to spend $60 on this game because it's missing a multiplayer, or oh, I don't want to spend $60 on this game because it just has a campaign only. To me, that makes no sense. I don't even see the point of that kind of argument, because Titanfall having multiplayer only, I mean, personally to me, that's where the replay value lies. And for those who love a good story, let's say for example like a Kingdom Hearts, Infamous Second Son, and those don't have any online multiplayer, I've never thought that I'm not going to buy this game based off it didn't have multiplayer. So when people complain about Titanfall not having a campaign, that's just mind-boggling to me, because that's like you got to complain about God of War not having a multiplayer despite Ascension having it, or, you know, like the other previous God of War, or a Metal Gear Solid series not having an online multiplayer. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, online multiplayer is cool. I mean, if it applies to a game and it'll make it good, fine, so be it, add it. But if not, if it's a great game, you know, I can remember 2 generations back, it wasn't such a big deal. I understand time changes as you go on, but you can't knock a game based off something it doesn't have as time moves forward. You know, multiplayer is not the end all be all, and I don't think a game's value should be added or subtracted because it has a multiplayer or not. You know, some people can't just slap on a multiplayer. That's not going to make the game good. Hence, look at Tomb Raider. You know, I've live streamed Tomb Raider Definitive Edition on my previous channel, and it was a great game. But the fucking multiplayer is bullshit. It's something like I can obviously tell it was just tacked on just to have it. It wasn't really refined, and it wasn't really made for a multiplayer kind of experience. Anyhow, what do you guys think about these big games that's releasing for the month of March? Are you excited for any of the titles that I mentioned? There are other games that's releasing also, but not really catching my eye. These are just strictly the games that I am focusing on for this whole month, and I'm going to try to feature almost every single one of those for this channel. Dark Souls 2, I'm still in a iffy category about, but I'll give it a look. Let me know in that comment section below. VGP, I'm out, y'all. Later.